Welcome back to the Gist English Masterclass.
You know that feeling, right? You can read English perfectly. The words on the page make total sense. But then you listen to someone speak and it's like, whoa, what did they just say? It sounds so fast. Don't worry, that's a super common feeling. And today, we're going to crack the code together.
So here's our plan for today. We're going to break down exactly why spoken English can sound so different from what you read. We'll start with the easy stuff, contractions. Then we'll get into those really casual words like wanna and gonna. We'll also look at how sounds can magically change or disappear. And of course, we'll get to practice. Ready? Let's jump in!
And our goal here is simple. Once you understand how native speakers take these little shortcuts, two amazing things will happen. Your listening skills will get so much better, and your own speaking is going to start sounding way more natural and fluent. It's a real game changer.
Okay, first things first. Let's begin with the most common and honestly the easiest way English speakers shorten words. Let's talk about contractions. So, what exactly is a contraction? Well, it's just when we take two words and kind of smush them together to make one shorter, faster word. And trust me, native speakers use these all the time in speaking, in texting, in emails, everywhere.
Okay, take a look at these examples. Instead of saying I am, we say I'm. Instead of you are, it becomes you're. And he is turns into he's. Just listen to that difference. I'm, you're, he's. It just flows so much better, doesn't it?
Now, this is a really important point. Native speakers will almost always use the short form in conversation. Sure, you can say, I am going to call her later. It's perfectly correct. But it sounds a little robotic, you know? The natural way to say it is, I'm going to call her later. That's what you'll actually hear people say.
All right, you're doing great. Ready to level up? Let's move on to the really casual, everyday spoken English. This is where it starts to get really fun.
Have a look at these. You see going to in books all the time. But when we talk, we usually just say gonna. So, I'm going to call him becomes I'm gonna call him. Easy, right? Same with want to. It becomes wanna. Like, I wanna learn Spanish. It's just faster and way more relaxed. But, and this is a big but, here's a super important rule. These words are perfect for talking with your friends or for casual texts. However, you want to avoid them in formal writing. So if you're writing a business email or a school essay, stick with the full forms like going to and want to.
Okay, you're ready for the most advanced tip. This is the real secret to why English sounds so fast. We don't just shorten words. Sometimes, we just drop sounds completely, or we link them together. Now, I know that might sound a little complicated, but it's actually something that happens very naturally, just to make words easier and faster to say. Let me show you a perfect example, and you'll get it right away.
Listen really closely to this phrase, cup of tea. When I say it slowly, you hear every sound. But in a normal conversation, no one says cup of tea. We say cup of tea. Can you hear that? The V sound in of just vanishes. Poof. It becomes cup of tea. Why don't you try it? Cup of tea. And you see this pattern all over the place. Kinda becomes kinda. You'll hear people say, I'm kinda tired. Sorta turns into sorta. And out of sounds like outa, like we're out of milk. Once you start listening for it, you'll hear it everywhere.
So, besides dropping sounds, we also do the opposite. We link words together so they flow smoothly, almost like they're one long word. This happens all the time, especially with questions.
For example, look at the words did and you. When we say them fast, they blend together to make one sound, Didja. As in, did you see that? Or take a longer one, what are you? That's a mouthful. So we just say, Whatcha, like, Whatcha doing? All right, you've learned the secrets, now you know how it's done. So I think it's time for a quick practice round. Let's try to put all this together. Okay, look at this first sentence. I am going to call you tomorrow. Now, take a second and think. How can we use what we've learned to make this sound more natural? Think about contractions. Think about those casual words. Got it? A native speaker would say, I'm going to call you tomorrow. See? I'm and gonna. Perfect.
Awesome. Let's try one more. Here's the question. Did you see the message? What's the trick we can use here? Remember linking those question words? Exactly. It becomes, did you see the message? It just rolls off the tongue, right? Did you see the message?
So, the biggest thing to remember is this. When you're listening to native speakers and you feel lost, you're probably not missing some new vocabulary word. You're just hearing the natural, fast, shortened way that people actually speak. When you start listening for these short forms, and maybe even try using a few yourself, you're going to unlock a whole new level of understanding. So, which one will you practice first? Maybe you'll try using gonna or wanna in your next conversation. Give it a shot. See you in the next class.